Hello Scorpio, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com and this is your energy update for July 2021. I hope you're doing well. I'll check out your Sun, your Moon, your rising and your Venus sign as well for a full picture of the energies that you've got going on. I've got a live show 3 times a week live here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I would love to see you in there. And Scorpio, if you're interested in a private reading, they are available from my website, BeHealing.com. There'll be links in the description box below for that. So, first card out, you got the Beauty of Age, Scorpio. Maturing. Things getting easier because you're maturing now. Maturing as in making better decisions for yourself, maybe holding back, not being so impetuous or less spontaneous. Let's see. Scorpio. Tell us about Scorpio. Imagination and play. You know, as I was saying that, I was just wondering, well, maybe for some of you Scorpios, you've been a little bit serious and maybe it's the other way around. That you need to be a bit more youthful. I was thinking that just as these cards came out, and then you've got imagination and play, which is very youthful energy. So some of you, it just depends on how out of balance which way you are. Have you been too serious, Scorpio? In which case you need to tap into your more youthful side, play, be imaginative play. That's fun. And some of you might have been a little bit too far that way, a little bit too spontaneous and diving on into things. You might need to step into your maturity a little bit more. I don't know, you'll know yourself which way around you've been. Be careful of self-judgments with that though, because sometimes we can be out of balance one way and get ourselves further out of balance just because we judge ourselves as not being enough of that thing that we think we should be. Do you know what I mean? If you're naturally a youthful kind of person, youthful fun kind of person, you might judge yourself in that. Don't do that. Yeah, this isn't a call to judge yourself. This is just saying maybe just find a little bit more balance. Bound by something here with the Eight of Swords. Let's get some more cards out for you before we clarify these. You got the Justice here, so some kind of a karma coming through for you, reaping rewards, that kind of thing. You got the Hanged Man as well. Changing your mind about something. Change of perspective about something. Seeing things differently now. Someone could open your eyes to that, seeing things differently. They could tell you like the way that they saw it. You're like, oh, you know, have you ever had the same experience as someone else, or you think you've had the same experience as someone else? You're in the same room having the same situation, but they saw it completely differently than you. And then when they tell you about that, you're like, wow, you took it that way, I took it this way. Even though we were both experiencing seemingly the same thing, we're experiencing something completely different. Sometimes it's in what people say, you know, someone could have said something. You're like, your friend might say, why did they say that? Like, were they meaning this? Like, oh, I wasn't getting that they were meaning that at all. We've got our own filters, don't we? Our own perceptions, the way that we see things. And it's usually based on what we would say or what we would do in that situation. And we project it onto those people. They must have meant that by it because I would have meant that by it if I did it. Anyway, changing your mind about something, changing your perspective about something, I feel like someone else is involved there. Seven of Cups, a lot of choice to be made here as well. So, why the Eight of Swords for Scorpio here? Why the Eight of Swords? Six of Inspiration. Okay, bound by something. What is it? It's success. It's victory. You're bound to victory. So you're bound to something because it's successful and you're not allowing yourself to make a different decision because of it. You know it's hard to let go of things that are going well. Even if we want to let go of it, like why would you? It's like when you've got a business, right, and there's different parts of your business bringing money in. It's really hard to cut off one of those parts of the business that's bringing money in, even though you don't want to do it anymore, because it's bringing money in. It's working. It's so hard to say no to that, but sometimes we need to, because we need to move on up in other areas, or we need that time and the space to be more creative and do the next project and stuff like that. So we need to be able to do that. That's what this is saying, Scorpio. You're binding yourself to something because it's still kind of working, but it's still not that brilliant for you. It's easy to let go of things that are crap. It's not so easy to let go of things that are working for us. So you're being bound by, because you've got some level of a success from something, you've got some level of victory from it, but it's binding you, it's keeping you stuck where you are. Set yourself free. Set yourself free from that, Scorpio, because there's better ahead. And that's always the way. Like in my business, I've got to stop doing things that are making money, certain things that are making money, to give myself more time to be more creative and do the videos and stuff like that. It's not bringing me money in the short term, but it does in the long term. And yeah, so that might be why you're changing your mind as well. Struggle. Right. So what you feel bound to is it's taking too much of your energy. So what is it, Scorpio? What do you feel bound to? Because it's working somewhat, but it's taking a lot of your energy, and life could be easier than that. It's more of a struggle than it needs to be. There's something to let go of this month. It feels like it's something in your work, something that is too much of a struggle. You're having to put too much time into it, too much effort into it, maybe too much money into it too. And it's not paying off as well as it could be or should be. And it's time to let go of that now and give yourself that space to move on up to the next thing, next level, something that's going to be easier. It's not going to be so much of a struggle. And we need to do that first. We need to give ourselves that space first, instead of like, oh, well, I'll let go of that thing once the new thing comes in to take its place. It doesn't work like that, because we've got to create that new thing. We've got to create that new thing ourselves. So something to let go of there, maybe at the start of the month. Justice, what's this? Karma, reaping something. Six of materials, nice. So reciprocation, a lot more flow coming in. If you do that at the start of the month, you're going to release something. More flow coming in, you receiving more. As soon as you make a decision like that, it needn't be this hard. I'm going to break myself free of this struggle, make it easier for me. As soon as you release yourself from that heavy energy, you might not have realized how heavy that energy was, because it's come out as a struggle, even though you're getting some kind of a victory from it, a reward from it. It's coming out as predominantly a struggle. So if you release yourself from that, you might go, whew. You might not have even realized that it was making your shoulders tight, and you get that relief. And what happens when you get that relief? Well, it frees you up to make better decisions and to have better ideas and to put your energy into other things. It's really good. And then the reciprocation can come in. And so straight away, that energy of just releasing might make things start happening. You might start receiving from it, receiving from work that you've already done. When you stop wearing yourself out, the universe doesn't want us to wear ourselves out. It can't bring us new stuff while we're wearing ourselves out, while we're in that struggle, because it won't heap more on our shoulders. It wants us to let go first. Forgiveness, and forgive yourself for heaping all of that on your shoulders as well. So you've taken the burden on, Scorpio. It might not have been a burden from the start. You've got some victory out of it, so it's been working well for you. So it was definitely the right thing to do, but now it's the right thing to let it go. The Hanged Man. So changing your mind about something. I feel like this is unrelated. The Hanged Man. Well, I've got the Hanged Man for Scorpio. Seven of Emotions is about choice. Changing your mind about choices that you made. Yeah, it could be related, in fact. Changing your mind about choices that you've made because of someone else's perspective on it. Maybe my perspective on it. But I feel like it's more like someone else's perspective in your life on it. They've seen things a different way and they tell you about it, and it just opens your mind to having a new perspective on that, to make new decisions like that. New choices. I mean, we're free to make any choice in the world. I mean, we can free ourselves and just like live a completely different life. You could get on an airplane tomorrow, go to a different country, start a whole new life. So we do really have freedom to do a lot. Maybe you can't get on an airplane to everywhere right at the moment, but generally we can. The Hanged Man and the Seven of Emotions. So you're changing your mind, and then you've got more choice because of it. What are these? Oh yeah, imagination and fun, play. Duality. Duality, the hangman, seeing things from a different perspective. Someone else has got a completely opposite perspective to you, and they'll tell you about it. And instead of fighting them on it to find out who's right, I don't feel like you're going to do that. I feel like you're going to go, wow. Yeah, I think it's going to open your mind up to new choices, new possibilities. This could all be related. Could all be related there. So the Seven of Cups. Oh, again, yeah, Seven of Cups. Choices, choices, choices. So many choices. What are you going to do, Scorpio? So many choices there. What's this Seven of Cups about? The Page of Materials. Offers coming in. Hearing about new offers, new opportunities, things that you could do. Are you free to do that? You know, I used to work in corporate in my 20s and I quit it. I quit it because I didn't want to do it anymore, but I didn't know what I was going to do next. Everyone said, what are you going to do next? I'm like, I don't know. I wanted to start my own business. But the day before my last day, I think I gave 3 or 4 months notice. The day before my last day, I got an email from a charity saying that they needed somebody to go to Africa to help out. And I was free. I was free and available because I had my options open. And I'm feeling something like that for you. This month you could be letting go of something. It gives you space so that when an offer comes in, so when these options come in, you have the freedom to say yes to it. Now, not everyone has the freedom to do that, you know. If there's a job opportunity, or let's say there's an opportunity for a contract, pick up a contract on something, those people that aren't letting go of all of their burdens and whatever it is that they do are not going to have the space in their lives to do it. But you need an amount of space to have freedom, space in your life to have freedom, you know. So this could be a setup by the universe. You letting go of something so that when an opportunity comes in, you can choose it and you can say yes. So it seemed like divine timing for me personally. This was many years ago. But I could say yes because I was available that next week and I could go to Africa and do it because I had nothing else to do, which was great. And it moved me forward on my life path for sure, doing that. So you have options opening up to you and you're going to be able to take those options. Pages and messengers, page of material, some kind of a communication, an offer. No, it's not really an offer, it's just hearing about something. A message, seeing something, seeing some opportunity available, and then you being able to choose it. Teaching. It's going to teach you something about yourself as well. Something about freedom there. And also abundance and sacred space. You having the space to say yes to abundance when it's there, when it comes in. There's something to that. To having open space in your week so that when an opportunity comes along, you can say yes to it. There's something in that for you. So be as expansive as you can this month, Scorpio, because you could be attracting much more abundance, much more opportunity for new things, but you do need to make that space first. And I would do that at the start of the month because I think this energy is going to start coming in middle of the month, toward the end of the month there. What's going on in your love life? Religious factors. So religious factors, you could be if you're single, you could be attracting someone in that isn't of the same religion as you, or the same culture as you, same mindset, same philosophy. That could cause you problems. Or if you're in a current relationship, there might be something about family is what I'm hearing that causes a bit of problems. Different perspectives again, that could have something to do with this. Options, different perspectives. People taking things completely different, seeing things completely differently. The end of a tough cycle approaches in your love life, so that's good. So yeah, for some of you, Scorpio, it's been an ongoing thing, this contention within families, maybe because of cultures or religion, and there's an end coming of that tough cycle. That's the full moon in Capricorn, which is on the day that I'm recording this. I'm recording this on the full moon, so it might be very soon is what I'm getting from that. I just noticed it's the full moon that we've got right now. I'll probably publish this video a couple of days later. You got trust. Trust, Scorpio. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, especially if you're granting yourself some space. Trust that it's going to be filled by something better. You know, the universe loves us to have a vacuum. If we let go of things and we have space, it fills it. It fills it with something better. So trust. Trust the universe there, and cooperation. Cooperate with what comes along as well. You don't always have to be able to predict how it's going to go. Just be open to, yeah, new options coming in. Engagement ring. Whoa. Wow. Engagement ring. Some of you might be very soon getting over religious factors or family disputes about you and your partner, and you could be taking it to the next level because of that, because it suddenly gets resolved. People realize that it's okay to have different opinions. You don't have to agree with each other on that. You don't need to have the same perspectives, and sometimes different perspectives can be really healthy. Often we bring in people that are different to us because we can give each other a more balanced approach by showing them, telling them, letting them experience the difference in perspectives. You're waking the lion. So something's going to be unleashed in you this month. A strength. I haven't got the strength card out. But yeah, some kind of a strength is going to be unleashed in you. Let's find out. What energies do Scorpio need to tap into this month? Aging. Well, that takes us back to the top, doesn't it? Because this is about maturity. Aging. And then this is about youthfulness. Aging. And then striving. Okay, so that could be why you felt bound to it, because you were always striving before. Maybe the thing that you started that you felt bound to was when you were younger or in a younger mindset, and you were striving and having to struggle for money more or for some kind of success. It gave you some kind of success, but now you're growing up. Now you're aging. You're growing up. You don't need to strive so much anymore, but you might just have carried on that thing going and not realizing that was from your old energy. You're not in that space anymore. You're more successful now. And if you let it go, then something that's more aligned with success and ease and maturity can come in. There will still be fun. Still have those youthful capacities. It's interesting, isn't it? Because I said, like, you might not want to be spontaneous, but actually you might want to be spontaneous. So less of the striving and more of the maturity. Tap into that this month. Scorpio. Anything else for Scorpio? Anything else for Scorpio this month? Bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. I don't think you'll have seen something as a problem, but you are kind of bound to it. I don't think it's a problem really. I think it's just a little bit harder than it needs to be in your life. But you're going to overcome it anyway. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. It's almost like you're realizing you're further along than you think, and you're still doing something that was from a long time ago when you were in a struggle position before. You're not anymore, and you don't need to keep on doing that. Hail. Time to get out of a situation. It is. And it's just changing your awareness to realize that, oh, I'm still doing that thing. I just don't need to do it anymore. And cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. What is it that you're dissatisfied with? If you're still not sure of what it is that I'm talking about, ask yourself, what is it that you're slightly dissatisfied with? It's not going to be a massive thing. Because you know what it's like. We get used to something. We get used to a certain struggle. We just keep on doing it. And like I said, when you let it go, suddenly you realize, oh, my shoulders have released. It was stressing me out more than I realized. There you have it, Scorpio. That's your month. It sounds pretty good to me. Very freeing. And I think you've got some really good stuff coming on the back of this as well, if you do it. There is always a reward when you do that, when you let go of struggle stuff. Struggle Street. When you stop walking down Struggle Street. There you go. So, don't forget to click like on this video and click that subscription button along with that notification bell. Have the best July ever, Scorpio. Oh, and don't forget to check out your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign for a full picture. But have the best July ever, and I will see you tomorrow in the Daily Energy Update. Bye.